If you want to get better at fly fishing, here is the best hack. Join your local fly fishing club and get involved in competition fly fishing. By competing in competitions like the AMFC, you will very often be getting into the boat with competent and, on some occasion, internationally capped anglers. Even the most experienced angler can pick up a new trick from an old hand. So, without further ado, let's get into it. I've come to Draycott Water for the next 2 days to represent the Army in the AMFC. This stands for the Affiliation of Major Fly Fishing Clubs. Now, the AMFC is made up of 3 leagues covering the whole of England. The Army have teams in both Group 1 and Group 3. Tomorrow's match is a Group 1 affair, and I hope to bump into some old friends and have the opportunity to make some new ones. The match itself then is fished to IFFA rules and covers a period of 8 hours where you fish with a member of an opposing team and work together to try and catch and kill 4 fish. After you've caught and killed your 4 fish, you can then go on to release a further 8 fish. If you succeed in getting to that 12 fish limit, then a time bonus is implemented for the remaining time you have left in the match. I am spending my practice day with the Army team captain Sean Hanlon, and what we will be doing as a team is covering as much of the reservoir as possible, dialing in areas and techniques that we will hopefully use to some success in the match tomorrow. So, nothing left to do but get to the boats, get set up and see how we get on. So we've been fishing for a few hours now, and the wind's starting to get up a little bit, and that's really helped the sport come on. Both Sean and I have had a couple of fish and it's been strange. So if you can see a fish in the surface and cast over it, it will follow. It won't often take, but now and again it will take. We're finding we're catching the fish static, almost static, and so we're retrieving very slowly. And as the wind's getting further up and further up, we've now had to deploy the drogue, which is in the water. It'll slow the drift down, and hopefully any fish that do come up into the surface will be able to target a little bit better. Well, that's mine and Sean's morning session nearly finished, and we've had a dozen or so fish to the boat at this stage, which is quite good. Sport really started to pick up once the wind picked up. We've got good overcast conditions, and normally you would be expecting to catch these fish on dry fly, but Sean and I have both made our best efforts at that and had no success. We had fish boil round the dry, but they just won't commit to taking it. So what we've opted to do, we've tried various different methods on the floater to no avail. So we've worked with midge tip line. Sean's on a 12-foot tip, a slow tip, and I'm on a 6-foot tip, and we're catching fish fairly steady. We've had 5 or 6 in this just this drift. So we're going to meet up with our teammates and we'll see how the rest of the team's got on. Well, Sean and I have had an absolutely fantastic practice day. Plenty of fish, and we've found a better stamp of fish in the afternoon, but now the day is nearly over, the fishing seems to have really got tough, and as a last ditch attempt just to get another few to the boat, Sean's changed to dry flies and I've changed to a slow intermediate, which I'm just roly-polying back. Sean has had a couple of chances, but he's blown them. Bad angling, what can I say? So what we'll do this evening is we'll get the rest of the guys together, make sure everyone knows the methods that we've got as a team and the areas that we're going to fish tomorrow, and we'll just see how it goes in the morning. The boat draw is quite important in these matches, and very often you'll get in the boat with someone that will know a little bit more than you, and that can be helpful because it's not hard to identify what they're doing in the match. More often than not, they'll just tell you. It is quite a friendly affair, the AMFC, and hopefully if I'm stuck tomorrow scratching my head, I'll be able to ask my boat partner and he'll keep me right. Well, that's us back to the accommodation. It's about 35 minutes from the water, but the price is right. I'm in the army accommodation and they're kindly putting me up for tonight. Now, it's just gone 8:20. We've had a little back brief to the team in KFC while we're having our evening meal, and what we're doing now is getting all our kit ready for tomorrow. Now, what does that involve, you might ask? Well, the boxes will be in disarray from the practice, lots of fly changes, lots of fly line changes for that matter, just drilling down till we get the perfect combination, if you like, or what we call it is the squad average. So basically, what's been the best line for the day and what flies have been the most productive, and that's what we'll get ready, as well as tying up spare leaders and spare traces. So I'm going to get in about my box and start getting it sorted out for tomorrow.
Every angler will be different, but there's an old saying in the army: preparation prevents poor performance, and I'm a great believer in organising my kit so everything is in its place for match day. The morning of the match can be quite hectic. I like to arrive at the fishery bright and early so that I can see what boat number that I'm going to be in, who I'm going to be fishing with, and of course lug the considerable amount of equipment into the boat that I'll be using to fish for the day. I really lucked in with the boat draw this time round and got former national champion Frank Sumnall to fish with for the day. Frank had fished Draycock quite a bit this season as the national final was being held on this venue. This is all part of the great fly fishing hack. Having a competent and experienced angler like Frank means you will not be alone when you're trying to crack the code. If you're a novice angler, this is one of the fastest ways to improve your fly fishing. Spending a day with an angler such as Frank will bring you on in leaps and bounds.
Well, we're at 12:30 in the match. I'm currently blanking, which means I haven't caught any fish. Well, I have caught a fish, but it managed to shake loose. My partner Frank's doing quite well. He's sitting on 3, but the fishing's nowhere near like I expected it to be. I was expecting to be on 4 or 5 fish by now, and you know, assumption, the mother of Well, it's 3 o'clock now. There's only 3 hours left in the match, and at 2:30 I was sitting on 1 fish wondering where it all went wrong, but I had a little bit of a purple patch and I've got 5 now. I'm going to persevere and see if I can't get another couple before the end of the match. That's got some bend in your rod, eh? We're on Frank, big smile.
Thanks, Lindsay.
Well, I don't know how well you'll hear me, but that's the match finished with today, and we're heading back in to see what the scores on the doors are. Had a really good day with Frank. We both worked really hard. Frank's fishing away with a jiggered shoulder, so I can feel his pain. But I had a good regain in the afternoon, and I've managed to finish up with 11 fish. And I don't know how the rest of the boys are doing, but the fishing today did not go like the practice, so I'm not expecting we've done particularly well. But we'll see how we get on.
$110, 4 fish together is $5.14.
Thanks, Tom.
After the weigh-in is complete, there's a chance to catch up with your teammates, have a bit of banter and a bite to eat before the results are read out by the match organiser. Tunbridge Wells won the day with their entire team catching 12 fish, a remarkable result. We came third, which was not too bad, and we are very pleased with that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.